So invite. Copy.
CTR on the beat together.
What's up, Jose? Nah, just waiting on the homie. I'm trying to get the homie up in here real quick. We're gonna just do a quick little interview with him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? The homie Sav Lope, aka Savage Lope from the east of Denver. He's a good dude, solid one, a female one, you know. He's gonna give us the down low on some of what's going on in Colorado, you know. Break us down on, give us the scoop. Ride Mile High Hustle, what up, homie? We're gonna get the whole Mile High Stadium up in this bitch. For those of you that don't know, Mile High, that's they call Denver the Mile High City because it's 1 mile above sea level. So yeah, but we'll see where homie's at right here. I just talked to him not too long ago, so he should be hopping on pretty quick. Hope everybody's having a good one, you know, having a feed midday. We'll let a few people roll up in here. We're not scheduled actually until about, I think, a few more minutes. So that's all anybody watching, you know, just doing my thing. It's cruising on a Sunday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Mile High Hustle all day, every day. All right. Yeah, you know, he's the man to go to. You know, he's got a successful channel. You guys make sure you check it out called Hood Tales. You know, Savage Lope from Hood Tales. He'll give you the down low on everything about Denver. He's the man. Born and raised. He can tell you everything from every side of what's cracking. What's up, Johnny? Cuvole, my homie from España, Española, 76ers, Chameros. Let's see what's up. I'm still letting the homie kick back because actually we're set for 5. You know what I'm saying? And I just told him, I just talked to him a minute ago, so she all good jumping up on here pretty quick. I just hope he knows how to. I don't know if he knows how to jump on the invite or what. Or whiz up. But I hope everybody's having a good one anyway. You know what I mean? He says burn something. No, I'm gonna try to lay off on this one just because I want to this interview. I want to release it as an episode and as a live, and they'll try to demonetize my episode, put me in the yellow if I right off the gate. You know what I mean? So that's for one on later on. But I got a couple videos, good ass reactions I'm working on too tonight. Keep the ball rolling. Keep the ball rolling. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I just seen him on live earlier. We're just trying to. We've been wanting to do a little collab. I've been wanting to collab with him, vice versa, I believe. Because like I've said before, I do a lot of reactions from Colorado, Arizona. Yeah, well, they just give you that yellow is what it is. They don't. They give you like a straight. There you go, Johnny. They just give you like a straight. It's not a red or a green. It's like they give you a yellow, which means you only get partial monetization from like partial monetization from what is it called? Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Homies jumping in right now. I'm about to drop him in here. Sav Loke entering the building.
What up? What up?
What up, homie? How you doing today?
Man, long day, but we relaxing down now, man. Couldn't wait all day to do this interview. So we're here. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing right. I'm doing all right, man. Happy to be alive as usual, trying to make a positive day of every day. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful.
All right. So I was letting some people know, this is Sav Loke, right here, Savage Loke from the east side of Denver. If I'm correct, you want to give yourself a little introduction, just let the people know what you're about, who you are, where you're from.
Hey, I actually see a couple homies that mess with the channel too. The homie Conrad, I'm all high hustle. What's up, my bro?
Salute, Conrad.
Riders. Yeah, I'm Sav Loke, Savage Sav. They know me. You know what I'm saying? As Savage Sav, my YouTube name, but Sav Loco. I changed up the channel to Sav Loke's Hood Tales because that's the original me to Sav Loke, bro. And I just had a lot of testimony from the neighborhood I'm from, and just blessing people with the knowledge and the insight of what goes on my side of town.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And I want to back that up with this is like he's got one of my favorite channels. As you guys know, California channels, there's hundreds of them. But Denver channels, Phoenix channels, Southwest channels, they're gold mines. And this man right here, he's a real deal. He can tell you everything basically from every set, the older ones, the newer ones. That's why I stay up on it. You guys got to make sure you check out the channel. I'll make sure I'm going to be dropping this as a video and as a live. So I'll be dropping all the links for his stuff on the bottom in the video. So maybe we'll start right here with the first question. I got some questions lined up, just some shit to keep the people some answers they might think they might be interested in. Maybe not. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Ready, man.
Well, the first one here we got is, what do you think about Cali, California, Califas gangs in Colorado in the system, in La Pinta, and in the streets? So what's your opinion on them? How have they affected you and Colorado as a whole? You know what I mean? True opinions on it.
So when we was growing up, bro, my neighborhood, there was a resistance against California. So my neighborhood is East Denver. And we had our own identity. 5 Points was the identity. Like, you from the nickel, you from East Denver. So when Cali hit in the early 90s and late 80s in Denver, a lot of Bloods and Crips came to the metro. Crippin' really came to the metro before anybody. But my neighborhood, there was actual Cali hoods like Front Hood Compton Crips. You had some Harlem 30 Crips that came to East Denver. And right when they tried to set up shop in the projects, East Denver had its identity and they pushed the resistance back against California. So my neighborhood, they had conflicts with a lot of California hoods.
Yeah.
Aurora is on the other side of the Yosemite block, and that's like the Aurora and Denver, like they combine, but they're two different cities. Aurora had all the California hoods, like all the Crips and Bloods went straight to Aurora, you know.
Okay.
And that's who came out here first before anything else, even before Norteños and Sureños. It was the Crips and Bloods.
Right.
There was a lot of conflicts my neighborhood with California hood, so there was always conflicts, and it was really like a mini war out here in Denver, Colorado. You know.
Yeah.
And the second question, like in the penitentiary, it's crazy, bro, because it depends on what penitentiary you go to, but usually East Denver is going to be the majority. So off top, when there's a car that's running under one rag, but not all the time, not every yard you go to, California is going to mess with Denver Keyways or the Dall Moves. You're going to have the East Denver have majority of the keys over every aspect in DOC out here. They're the ones that get it. East Denver gets the keys. And you either follow the program or you were just going to do your own thing. And there's been yards where there's 3 separate like crip cars on the yard, and it's Southern Colorado, Cali, and then Denver. But when it is all together, pretty much the Denver fools get the keys. It's not Cali fools getting the wheelers on the yard, bro.
Oh, hell yeah. No. All right. Cool, man. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I know. I've heard plenty of people, a lot of rappers, you know, that we'll get to that with that in the next question. Okay, so I guess this kind of falls into that. What, you know, in your opinion, you know, to each his own, and I understand if you can't even answer it, but because of the way things work, certain people have legends, other people were, you know, better at the dope game. I know how hoods work, but in your opinion, what's the biggest, baddest, most influential, oldest crew, just the head honchos of Denver, period? Like the one crew on the streets that is just fucking you know what I mean? Rule the roost.
So, me not being biased, just keeping the bias out of it, I would have to say the GKIs from West Denver. They represent.
They keep Denver, period. Like there's some straight up murderous motherfuckers on.
They don't, and they put in a lot of work. A lot of indictments came on them dudes. A lot of work coming from West Denver from the G's, and they're not backed up by nobody. They're their own identity, their own organization. And from the penitentiary to the streets, majority of the older G's all have solid names when it comes to their resumes behind them, bro. And you know, they went to war with all the cars. I done seen them fools be on the yards and they get into it with certain cars and they held their own, bro. You know what I'm saying? The original G's, they're the ones that are influenced. They're the ones that like, it's an identity of Denver. Everything's Broncos, everything's Rockies, you know, Nuggets. They're going to represent Denver to the fullest. And they got a name out there for being the top. Like they're a top chapter that's really respected for sure.
They straight up pretty much murked off the Inca boys, huh?
So that's their main enemies, but at one time, like there was certain circles that messed with each other from Inca boys and G's, and then they had a fallout. There was some fallouts, but the G's, that was their main enemies, and the way the G actually took over is because they were in the penitentiary, and that's where they got their dominance. So the Inca boys had a lot of static with Denver, bro. Like you had Inca boys having beef with Northside fools. The Inca boys were one of them rider hoods, like they were active. So they bit off a lot that they couldn't, you know what I'm saying, deal with, and they got a lot of heat on their back because of it, you know. And the G's took opportunity because they were in the penitentiary and they started putting on fools in the pan, and that led out to the streets, and they got the numbers. So when they went to war, bro, they extinct a lot of the Inca boys.
They just pushed them over, huh?
Yeah. And they had to, a lot of the Inca boys, they had to, you know, convert to, there's some Inca boys that bang out PP, you know, they went to the LPPs, but, you know, for the majority, bro, you don't really see Inca boys at all in Denver. No.
You got to give props where props are due, you know what I'm saying, in the gangster life.
And, yeah, they held it on though. The Galleons, bro, the Knights. Yeah, they were
Knights insane, and they even went as far as to call them gangster killing Incas for a while because they were just fucking hating them so much, huh?
Yeah, yep. They really were pushing that line. You meet majority all the G's, they gonna have their pinkies crossed out with the X for the Incas, the eyes. And they you know they just everything is, kill the Inca boys. That's what they do, and they push the line, bro. They really annihilated them dudes, to be honest.
So did you know those 3 brothers that just got indicted? They were saying they were like, I don't know if it's true, but the news was saying that they started they started the GKIs. There was 3 brothers. I forget their last names, but they're just in the news over an indictment not too long ago back.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing about it is when that shit first came out, bro, there was a lot of power struggle with them fools because like some of the main G's too passed away, like the fools that started the first chapter of the G. They passed away. My uncle's an OG from the G. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was a power struggle. Who was really the co-founders and the fools that started it? But there's like a handful of fools that are like top chapter of them for sure.
Who used to be West Fifth? Was that the Incas that used to get West Fifth on them?
That's the Inca boys. Yeah,
okay,
West Fifth. Right. They used to be on Fifth and Inca. They had that territory by West High School, kind of by Fifth and Inca. That was all their neighborhood, and then the G's were like by the Yallows, O-Stage, and all the projects over there. That was like the G neighborhood. So that was like the biggest. That was like the biggest West Side neighborhoods at first, man. They held it down for sure, for the West, for sure.
Yeah, I remember even when I was, because I'm getting up there in age, but when I was younger, they were around. My homie was having, they were there was a few of them, in the Pintas and stuff, and that's history,
Yep, they were one of them cliques, bro, that you hear like they wanted to be known, and then they just beefed with a gang of people. So I think, in my opinion, they just bit off a lot of beefs, and not just the G, but a lot of fools, didn't like them dudes. They were against all odds, and they're not here, bro. So
that was kind of like in Burke, we had a major gang called TCK. They're still around though, but they everybody hated them for a while. Every side of town would tag them in cross. They would tag crosshairs and tag them in it just because they was getting it from every angle. They was slinging to everybody. They was banging on everybody. So I know what's up. But so next question here, bro. We got what drew you into the gang life? Made you jump up off the porch, and where do you see the future of gangs going in America? The gang life, the hoods. What's happening here, as in your opinion?
When I think about it, homie, I think it's like a lot of people's story. Like my pops was definitely not in my life like my biological pops. He was a street fool, homie. He was like in the hood, and he was a legend, but he went to the penitentiary when I was young, and he was in and out of the pen. And like I was raised by a single mom, bro. My mom, she couldn't really raise me, and I had anger problems because of it. So my pops got out, and I was already kicking with my cousins because my mom wanted me to have father figures, bro. And that's my cousins are OGs. And my dad gets out, bro, and he gets popped. That fool gets killed when I was young. I was like 14 years old. And my dad, him getting killed really drew me to the neighborhood, because I'm like, now I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I got hatred now, homie.
I know what's up, bro.
And my cousins were the next role models. So it's a generational thing in my family. Majority, all the males in my family bang, homie. And they're all from, all my mom's side is all from our hood. They're OGs, cousins, embedded, generational. And that's the reason why I really honestly started really banging, because I was just chilling with the hood.
Yeah.
When, my mom made me go live with my cousins, my older cousins, I was just chilling, basically prospecting at that time. But when that took place with my pops, I was off the porch. I mean, I was, in
a rush. Like, all right, you know what? Fuck. Damn.
Yeah. And my older cousins, they didn't really have father figures either. So it was just a generational thing, bro. Like,
embrace
all the way through. Yeah.
And let you know that they was there for you and wasn't going nowhere, right?
Yep.
And that's what it's all about.
And you know what's crazy, bro, is because my cousins, I literally took on their beefs with the other neighborhoods and different fools that didn't like them. So I'm a young kid, and I'm just like, what the hell is these fools trying to chip me off for? I'm a kid, and I had to watch my back because there was enemies out there, bro, that didn't like my cousins. So I took on their beefs. So it just put a lot of hatred. Now it's like, it's fuck me. I don't mean to cuss or anything, but if it's F me, it's F you, homie. And I had a loyalty towards the hood because I was like, this is the only thing that really is behind me when it all boils down to it.
And for people that don't know, Denver And like he said, since the mid early '80s, have had a notorious banging. Can't walk down the streets, burning each other's grocery stores down. Serious death. You know what I mean? They was trying to avoid it in the early '80s. It just they lost control. Yeah. Just like a lot of cities, they lost control. And once someone dies, it can never be right again. You know what I mean? And yeah. So if you don't mind though, would you throw out there? You mind saying what set you was from? Where you you know?
So family, the neighborhood. See, and there's the neighborhood. Like my family is from Brick City. Brick City was the original hood before Bloods and Crips. They were original Brick Cities. So when Crippin' hit, the Keyways came to Denver, because my neighborhood, like a lot of fools ask, you know, because I'm Spanish, Puerto Rican, how are you a Keyway? My neighborhood was flooded with Keyway. So every time you came out the house, it was all Lokes. Everything in the project was all Lokes. You know, everybody in the project was Crippin'. Like we didn't have really essays. We didn't have like, you know, the essay aspect. We didn't have, you know, cholos or none. It was just none but Crips. And then you had Odies and stuff on the other block, but they were down. But even the Odies, you know, basically, bro, they were like East Side, and they had like fools that had braids and shit, homie. The East Side was just, you know, that's why a lot of fools didn't like the East Side too. They're like, you fools are, you know, all you fools out there act like black fools. But it was just the environment, because predominantly the 5 Points was an African American neighborhood. So Brick City was the original hood, and then Crippin' hit, and half of the hood turned into Keyways because they messed with Compton Crip riders from Front Hood in California. Boogie, the fools from Front Hood came out, and that's how the hood. So the homies are Brick City Crips, do 7 from the East Side. You know?
East Side Crippin', huh? All right. Yeah. And you guys link up with any cars from Denver? Or you just roll with strictly solo in DOC?
The East Side is who we roll with. So the East Side hits the compound. That's who we are under with one rag. So basically all East Side Denver fools. Because really, honestly, bro, when you get out here, East Side Denver is going to be hated by everybody. We are, you know, a neighborhood that, you know, has that reputation. So fools hate us. West Side fools, Aurora fools, Montbello. There's been conflicts with the East Side. So we all have to stick together. So when you're an East Side Denver fool, you all ride together, you know. That's right. That's basically on the compounds. That's the car. You know what I'm saying? That's the car that I'm fully active with when I'm on the compound.
That's right. There we go.
But then again, too, bro, and then that comes too. You know, I just because of the race aspect too, bro. You know what I'm saying? I done had to get up with the homies a lot, because you know the thing about it is, bro, when the racial aspect comes up, you know, the pawn aspect, and I'm a G from the hood, so I'm not going to just confine to what's going on. I really had to fade out a lot of the homies over the racial aspect too. You know what I'm saying? So it was,
it's one of those deals. What's right is right. A real man will stand on that, you know?
Exactly.
All right. So what else we got here? All right. What do you think about Little Travieso, his rap and his hood? You know, Pikes Peak and whatnot, and you know, what do you think about that, as well as the Colorado versus Denver Metro, Colorado Springs versus Denver Metro banging? What are the similarities and the differences?
So check this out, man. I didn't even hear about Travieso till he passed away. I never even heard about him, because Colorado Springs is an hour away from Denver Metro, and that's another thing is too, bro. We don't really have Sureños, so it's not really focused in too much in the Denver Metro. Now we have little Sureño cliques like, you know, Florencias, I Met Longos, but they're not established like Springs. They're not established like Pueblo. You're gonna have a lot more Sureño hood. So Travieso, my homie, that messes with my channel, he's cool with him. His music was putting on for, you know, the Raza, bro, the Mexicanos, the Cholos, everybody, the Chicanos. He was putting it on. He was putting it down for them fools. I just wish, you know, he wouldn't put himself out there to basically put a target, but he was fully active gangbanging. And, you know, when you do active gangbanging, you're going to put a target. So, you know, it came with the territory. And it's a sad situation, because homie was young, you know, and living I'm in my 30s, about to be 40, bro, and I don't wish death upon no youngsters. I don't glorify the gang banging life, bro. I
Wow.
really try to steer people away from gang life now, homie. Like, you know, I'm on a whole different path, but you know, he wanted to be known as that banger. He wanted to be known as that front liner, and
No
that
doubt.
comes with the territory of being a banger. So the difference, like the Springs in Denver, a lot of Denver foods won't acknowledge the Springs. There's
Oh,
a
for
lot of
real?
time, yeah, Denver foods.
Damn.
We have, you know, we're the bigger city, so a lot of times even in the Panther, they be like, nah, fool, we don't mess with Springs. Them foods is really not. They're like a lot of foods will try to say they're off brands. Now there's some
Oh,
riders.
all right. I got you. I got you.
They don't sit with the Denver foods. They have their like they have a southern car in penitentiary, Pueblo foods, Spring foods, and then everybody that's south, like their gangs, they stick together. But like they're more Cali based too, homie. They're more California based. A lot of California hoods are out there, Roan 60s, A-Tray Gangsters, you know, Carver Parks out there. They have 5-1 neighborhood bloods, a lot of Southside hoods, Southerners, you know what I'm saying? A lot of their hoods. But his hood was original from Springs, and they had a lot of beef with a lot of foods. So they definitely get it in. But I don't know too much about, you know, a lot about their politics, like what they do out there too much. I just know that they beef with a lot of neighborhoods out there for sure.
No doubt. Well, weren't they beefing real hard with like NSM? You know, Northside was tripping off of all them fools trying to shut down their car, huh?
Hey, let me back. Somebody just called, bro. To turn off the volume. If you can hear me, let me go out and then come straight back in.
Yeah, I'll let me see if I can. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. Turn off the volume. Do your thing. Yay. All right, he's about to jump back on here, but like I said, intermission. That's the homie right there, Savlo. Couple more questions to go over with him. You know, just hitting him up because if there's anyone that's got the download on the Denver Metro, like I said, the banging scene, and we're not, like I said, promoting gang shit here. We're just talking about, you know, the audio where he grew up. I do bootcamp stuff out of Albuquerque, and we're just both our own men. We have our own channel, so we decided we was going to do a little collab. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man, I ain't trying too hard enough to look young. I didn't spend $550 on the damn on the Just for Man. All right, we're finna jumping back in real quick. We just had a quick intermission.
My bad.
No, you good, homie. Handle your business. I know you got, you know what I mean? We all living, like I was just saying, intermission. Gotta grab
So
some popcorn.
when somebody calls on this phone, bro, the volume will go all the way down, and it's just like I can't even hear. I'm like, man, what's going on?
All good. So let me see. We got a few more little questions up on here. How's Denver doing with you know, violence, drugs, just the overall condition right now of the Denver metro area? Like, would people want to move there? You know what I mean?
Now,
What's your overall message to the people as far as the state of Denver, gang banging, slanging, the whole nine? How you guys doing?
so Denver, bro, like right now it's booming. They gentrification all our neighborhoods. They pushed everybody out of our hoods. So like everybody went to Aurora. Everybody's in Aurora now. Like Denver Metro, you'll still have bits and parts of like families that are in different hoods, but for the most part, they kind of raised the property taxes, and people moved in by the boat's load. So they made the Denver Metro pretty much a place for transplants. The Denver Metro.
Damn, that's rough to
That's
see for a broke mother like me.
yeah. You know, and it's hard because like you'll go through my hood, the east side, and it will be high rises, bro. And we used to not have that. Like, and then you'll have hipsters in the hood, and they're just trying to push everybody out. So that what they did was they pushed everybody east to Aurora. The African Americans and then a lot of Chicanos and Spanish families in the neighborhood went to the west of Denver, and they started doing it in the north side too. They started regentrification in the north side too. So they're trying to slowly but surely just clean Denver up and push everybody to Aurora. Now, Aurora, they call it Aurora Rack. Aurora Rack now is called Aurora's called Aurora Rack because there's so many gangs out there, bro, that are rivals. Like you'll walk out, you might see your enemies like anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's booming. The Denver metro, like the Denver metro, it's hella booming, homie. A lot of people are moving out here. You know what I'm saying?
You guys taking cracks on that fentanyl shit too, or what?
It's all over, bro. Like one thing about when it hit, every like different parts of Denver metro, like Lakewood and all that stuff, bro, and the Green Mountain and all that, you didn't see that aspect over there, bro. That was good neighborhoods. That was suburban areas. And now you'll see foods like Colfax and Sheridan, bro, smoked out. Fano Alley. You'll see it in Lakewood. Like that used to be a retirement city. And now it's, they call it Lakehood now, bro. They call that Lakehood. So it moved west, bro. Fanos all over, blues is all over, bro.
I want to say one thing when he just mentioned Lakewood, and you guys can I don't know if you guys watch Crazy Media or Hood Stocks. You guys heard the interview with Bozo when he was saying he was on the run. You guys can double check me, which I'm sure you will on this one. Bozo said he was staying in Lakewood when he was on the run. If you guys remember, before he went to California prison systems, he was hiding out in Colorado, and they asked him where. And he said, well, a place called Lakewood. And they asked him why, what he was doing out there. And Bozo said that the actual record label sent him out there to stay with homies because they had blocks, they had like recording studios, safe houses. So that was kind of surprising to me, thinking that they got, so that's some real serious download connections they got, you know what I mean? Straight connections to Colorado.
And it's wild, brother, because when I was growing up, Lakewood was like a safe haven. Like we felt safe over there, bro. Like coming from the hood, we would go over there. I left Colorado for a minute and came back. And that whole Lakewood, like the first part of Lakewood, that's a hood now, bro. You got fools that are from neighborhoods. They build their whole hood into Lakewood. So you got actual hoods that be trenching over there, and it never was like that before. So yeah, bro, it's expanded with gangbanging all over, bro. Really, to tell you the truth.
You guys got. I heard you saying a couple weeks back. It's a pretty violent season. You guys haven't. I heard there was a string of shootings in the Denver metro not too long ago.
Yeah, this summer's been very active. Like just different. It flares up. So like you'll have a bit of part of time where it's not really active, and then a factor will get killed from a certain neighborhood, and then it flares up. But this last couple weeks, bro, it's been a lot of fools dying, youngsters, bro. And it's unfortunate because out here, bro, out here now, homie, they're not like when I grew up, bro, you could fade out. Like you could hop out and get the heads up with, and the worst thing might happen. You might get packed out, or somebody might get, jumped or whatever. You live another day. But now out here, everybody's listening to this Demon Time, Chicago drill music, and all these youngsters
all they wanted to be hitters, killers, bodies.
Demon Time, bro. And they don't even know what they're talking about, really. They're doing it because they're listening to Chicago and East Coast, and that's what everybody's trying to be majority out here now is the Demon Time, bro. These youngsters are just, it's they don't have no future. And like this last one, it was a young kid and another young kid killed, a youngster in his teens, just popped this fool. And it's just,
there was a young boxer I heard just recently murdered that had a lot of talent. You know what I mean? He was, was going to be something.
Yeah. He was on a movement called Gloves Up, Guns Down, and he gets killed. But one thing about him, bro, is he had a temper, and they try to warn him, like, you can't just be beating up everybody because not everybody's going to fight you. And that's kind of the situation, bro. Like, he got killed.
Fire and shit, huh? You never know who's going to pull on you. And it's more likely, like you said, more than likely it's going to happen nowadays. You might get lucky and have that man that's like, I'll fade you, but more than likely it's that little homie that's going to pull something out of his tight pants and then bap you up. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's how we grew up, bro. We just chunked them, bro. Like, we was fighting all the time, bro. That's what we did. And nowadays it's a whole different ball game out here, bro. Nobody fighting. There's nobody trying to fight out here at all, And that's kind of these youngsters, man, they're looking up to that aspect. They don't understand like what they're doing, and it's wild, bro.
Once you start having kids and get past trying to, I feel like anyway, trying to prove anything to anyone, especially to yourself. Once you've done it, but again, I'm also a fan. I don't want anyone losing their life in the process. But you got to find yourself. You got to be a man. Once you've done that, you know what I mean. You can kind of like I read a lot. I used to read like a lot of The Art of War or I like 5 Rings by Musashi.
Yep.
One of
That's
the
my
first,
boy.
the last lesson he taught before he died, his whole life was learning how to use the sword as a weapon, as your soul. And the last teaching is the great void, which is unlearning everything you've ever learned.
Yeah,
Being
that's
a
dope.
warrior, taking it all and letting it go, just pure peace. You know what I mean?
Once you conquer that, bro, you set, man, for sure. Cause like it's hard to get to that point though, you know. It's hard to get
Most
that
people
point.
don't make it. Most people don't make it one way or another.
Exactly, bro. You know, yeah, that's the industry. I actually read The Art of War and The Art of Seduction, all that, bro. Those were some good books.
I like
Definitely.
the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. That's a good one.
That's a good book too. Yeah,
That was
good
good
book.
for work because I'm a manager. You know what I mean? I'm a what do you call it? Warehouse manager down at my shop. So I manage all the fools and in the shipping containers, mats containers and shit, handle all that. So it's good for that. You know what I mean? Knowing your position, knowing how to control men, but also not shining. You don't want to shine too high because you don't want them. Your men. You want them looking up to you, but not hating you. You want them loving you, but not so much that they feel like they can run over you. It's a fine line. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But hey, thanks for having you on, homie. Anything else you want to throw out there? You have any message for these youngsters that are letting off shots and figuring out which way to go? They might watch this video because, like I said, it'll be up here for years. I'm gonna release it and put a cool ass thumbnail on it and everything, homie. You got any last words? Any message from your channel? Anything like that?
Man, first and foremost, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. I appreciate, digging the channel, bro. And it's cool that we could collab. I definitely don't try to, preach like where I'm just trying to, drill somebody, but to you youngsters, man, every action has a domino effect. So, try to do stuff that's going to domino into being prosperous instead of just being out here and like, once you make one wrong decision, that could be your life, not just dead. You can go to the penitentiary for the rest of your life and
move
and never ever get that time back. Mentally you'll be affected by that shit. I'm 38 years old, youngsters, and I'm dealing with the effects of penitentiary because I did 7 years, and it's a process. Like, so just think about what you guys do, man, and push to build instead of knocking stuff down, honestly.
Yeah, what seeds you plant, that's the fruit that's gonna grow.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And you if everyone would treat every other man the way they want to be treated, that'd be the end of problems right then and there.
100%, man.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, much love for coming on, man, and let me question you, throw out let us know about the Denver Metro. That, like I said, people like hearing about barrios, about what's going on, so we give them a straight shot right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of the politics. What do you say? Let's get right into the politics. And I highly suggest you guys jump on this dude's channel. He'll tell you if you want to know anything. You like listening about sets like I do. He's got everything from sports. He rides Broncos to the fullest. This fool bleeds orange. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. So he's got you on the sports. My homie, He's gonna watch this. E-Visions. I know you're gonna watch this because he's got a sports channel. You make sure you check out homie Sav right here. Yeah, and he's got, like I said, he's got everything on the down low on the Metro, and he's getting his channel up and cracking again, getting more stuff put down every day. Same here, and we're gonna be collabing on some more stuff. Hopefully, we can get together on a couple videos, from Burke to Denver,
And that's what's up, bro. I'm gonna have to get with you too, because I want to go check it out there. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And you probably know the spots and stuff, bro. It'll be dope.
Most def.
But
we'll do a round trip. You know what I mean? You come on down and I'll shoot on up.
Oh, hell yeah, let's do it.
All right, my man. Hey, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate you, brother.
You already know, man. You have a good night.
Salute, my friend. Mile high salute.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you.
Come on.
All right, everybody. So there's it. I don't want to do too long. I don't want to give you guys a 2-hour thing, and have everybody hopping off and everything. It was just a quick interview with the homie that is Savage Low, Sev Cisneros from East Denver, DOC, done plenty of time in DOC, 7-8 years, been through the process, been through the hoods. Like I said, check out his channel. I'm going to drop down in the link there. If you guys missed this live, I'm going to drop it as a video too, so don't even trip. This is Mike's World, you know what I mean? Signing out, sending and showing much love to the Mile High City, the Mile High Riders, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Broncos, the wild Broncos out there. Like I said, Southwest Connection, my man. All right. You guys have a good one. I'm checking out. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Plenty more interviews, comedy skits, ganglands, you name it. All types of stuff coming your way. It's Mike's World.